So, guys, finally we saw a better game in the form of Sri Lanka versus Hong Kong, and today is the game between Bangladesh versus Afghanistan. The much defining game for Bangladesh. If they win, they are in the contention for the Super Four stage, and if they lose, then their journey is almost ended. Afghanistan is on a roll. We can say Sri Lanka, like they have won two games, like only one win they require, and even they have a good net rate as well. So on the panel we have got Anup Konnur sir. He's on the left hand side wearing a white shirt, and by below there is Ayan Chatterjee and Ayush Shekhar. So Ayush Shekhar, क्या लगता है आपको, मतलब आज का जो मुकाबला है बांग्लादेश वर्सेस अफगानिस्तान का, जो तकरीबन 18 से 20 घंटों में है, क्या मतलब अफगानिस्तान कंटिन्यू कर पाएगा विनिंग मोमेंटम? क्योंकि बांग्लादेश फिर से एक्सपोज हो गया था, श्रीलंका ने उनकी बैटिंग एक्सपोज कर दी, बॉलिंग एक्सपोज कर दी। इट वाज क्वाइट वन साइडेड गेम जब श्रीलंका वायरस खेला था तो।
सबसे पहले हेलो सभी को। जी, ये आज जो दो मैच है ये मस्ट विन गेम है दोनों टीम के लिए। क्योंकि अगर अफगानिस्तान हारा तो बांग्लादेश ऑलरेडी क्वालिफाई कर जाएगा, क्योंकि एक मैच में जीत मिला है, एक मैच में हार मिला है। और वहीं अफगानिस्तान करता है तो फिर बांग्लादेश का ये जो जर्नी है वो एंड हो जाएगा। और यहाँ पे देखने वाली बात ये है कि दोनों के पास क्वालिटी स्पिनर्स हैं। तो टॉस जीत के पहले कौन क्या करने वाला है ये भी मैटर करेगा। अब इंडिया तो है नहीं कि उनके पास ऊपर वाले भी अच्छा खेल रहे हैं, बीच वाले भी अच्छा खेल रहे हैं, नीचे वाले भी अच्छा है। इनका सबसे बड़ा वीक पॉइंट क्या है अफगानिस्तान वालों का, कि इनके पास मिडिल ऑर्डर वो कायदे का नहीं है। अभी मैं देख रहा था कि किसी एक खिलाड़ी का इंक्लूजन हुआ है नवीन उल हक की जगह, क्योंकि उसको शोल्डर इंजरी हुई है। तो अब ये देखने वाली बात है कि कितने बॉलर्स के साथ ये उतरे, क्योंकि ये लोग एक ही पेसर के साथ उतरते हैं, बाकी सारे स्पिनर है। तो स्पिन को उनके बांग्लादेश के खेमे में देखा जाए तो सबसे बेस्ट अगर कोई खेलता है तो वो है लिटन दास। बाकी सब तो विकेट फेंक के चले जाते हैं। और बांग्लादेश का भी वही इस हाल है जो हाल पाकिस्तान का है। ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस हर समय, और वही ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस को ले डूबता है।
Yeah, Bangladesh, we only hear a team in transition, a team in progress. That has been the case throughout the last 4 to 5 years. They've won T20 series against West Indies, Sri Lanka, Pakistan in their home, against what you say in Pakistan, they won in Sri Lanka and West Indies also, but still they find a way to have problems in the team. So Anup sir, can Bangladesh surprise themselves? Like as we saw day before yesterday, like Pakistan once again surprised us by performing exceptionally against the odds and all the things. Bangladesh can they really, what you say, step up and defeat Afghanistan? Because it's a do or die game. Because winning one match and qualifying for the Super Four is unrealistic to happen.
See, match is happening in Abu Dhabi, evening time. So pitch will assist spinners in the later stage, and in the first half, it will assist the pacers like it did in the match in Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. Now, Bangladesh, the problem with Bangladesh, as you say, yes, it would be a huge surprise for Bangladesh themselves if they win the match tomorrow. But as you have looked at the pattern of Bangladesh, I'm not talking about the series wins which they have done earlier in Asia Cups. Against their first match was against Hong Kong. There they started very badly. Their openers are not at all in form. Their Tanjid Hassan got out on death, I guess, and Parvez Imon on few runs. And then Litton Das and Tawhid Ruday. Litton with a half century and Tawhid with 30 runs. They took Bangladesh over the line. That was against the team like the fourth team in their group. Like Hong Kong, they played that like ways. A similar situation, Sri Lanka 17 balls. It was they batted. It was dot ball, two wickets. Both the openers went out for death. 17 balls, no runs. Means yesterday when we see say like 63 balls Pakistan played dots, it is a crime. Not starting only for 17 balls is not less than a crime in a T20 match, where in power play, all the fielders are in. Only two fielders are outside the 30-yard circle, what you say. And so you have license to go and go. And during the Sri Lankan match, three full tosses were on offer in the first 10 balls to both the Bangladeshi openers. They just couldn't connect it to for the boundary. And also, if you have seen the outfield in Abu Dhabi, it is tad slow. The ball easily doesn't go to the boundary. So Bangladesh has to focus on running between the wickets as well. And seeing the Bangladeshi batting lineup, its whole and sole focus is remains on Liton Das. He is the only the man who will do a 50, will enter the inning. Once he is out, the whole Bangladeshi middle order collapses. Tawhid Hriday, yes, a promising talent, but he has to step about his weight. Jetar Ali and Shamin Hussain, they actually saved Bangladesh from getting out allowed before 100 versus Sri Lanka. They were 86 for 5. From their 86 runs partnership took them to almost 139. So they were 40 odd or 50 odd for 5 wicket, which is not acceptable if then Afghanistan. Saying so, Afghanistan, they know the conditions at the back of their mind because UAE, as you know, is a home for Afghanistan. Similar issues, Afghanistan, though Naveen Ulat has been ruled out due to soldier injury, they don't have any problem because they have a capable bowler in form of Fadlat Faruqi, who will, and their spin department is heavy. But the problem is that Rashid Khan is not delivering the way he is to deliver. So the pressure to take
Yeah.
wickets falls on the pressure to take wicket falls on the shoulder of Noor Ahmed and the jumper and Mohammad Nabi, he rarely bowls or he doesn't bowl at all also. Similarly with Afghanistan batting, they had to be prominent right from the start because Ibrahim Jadran, the much top anchor in the batting lineup, has failed so far. Rahmanullah Durbaz, he is like, आओ बैट घुमाओ लदी तो लदी नहीं तो धर. That's his attitude, mental attitude of Rahmanullah Durbaz. He doesn't stick on the field. He comes, he hits, he goes out. Shaditullah Atal, yes, no doubt, he made 60 odd against Hong Kong, but there also he got five chances. Hong Kong there also dropped five catches versus Afghanistan. So that's the issue. And then Azmatullah Umarja, as I say, would be a key player to watch tomorrow again because he's a utility all rounder. He will give you medium pace bowling as well as a good batting. But apart from these players, and Mohammad Nabi with so much vast experience. मतलब जब से Afghanistan has started playing cricket, Mohammad Nabi is still there. He is like the daddy figure
Yes.
in the
Yeah, yeah,
Afghanistan
yeah.
team. Means
Nabi is
tomorrow, if
the
it turns, it happens, it will happen like some, if Jyotinle, I say that in future, if his son starts playing for Afghanistan, still he will be partnering with Mohammad Nabi. But
yeah.
Mohammad Nabi, he though he played a anchor innings, but when it was time to accelerate, Mohammad Nabi just threw away his wicket versus Onton. So that won't be easy tomorrow if he starts throwing his wicket against the quality of Bangladesh. And Rashid Khan and team also has to pick up because Karim Jannat Aden, he is like a flute player. If he strikes, he will strike. Otherwise, he is a total flop player. So on paper, Afghanistan looks very strong to beat Bangladesh. But if Bangladesh beats them, they have a good chance to stay in Asia Cup. Otherwise, tomorrow would be a last match for Bangladesh in Asia Cup, sadly.
Yeah,
And
today
they
only.
themselves would have to blame for it. Phil Simmons, though he's a good coach, he has won so many under his international experience, but he himself has to blame himself for the loss in this Asia Cup first round. Because Sri Lanka, जैसे भी हो आज जीत रही है. They have 2 wins, 4 points better run rate. They don't have any issue. Last match हार भी रहे, वो नंबर 2 टीम बनती चली जाएगी. Afghanistan, due to 93 runs win in the first match, their net run rate is so high that even if they lost tomorrow, they have to win against Sri Lanka. That would be only their main criteria. But if they win tomorrow, only a win will be sufficient for Afghanistan to go through the Super Force. And that 1 and 2 will be decided in Sri Lanka Afghanistan match. So my
Yeah,
take
let's
is
see.
like Bangladesh has to play out of spin to beat Afghanistan. Match is 50-50. Let's see who comes out, and let's hope that it doesn't become a one-sided match again.
Yeah, they have to take one game at a time, small phases, key moments. Bangladesh, if they want to win. So, Ayan, Bangladesh recent success is a very good positive, but the way they played against Sri Lanka and also the batting issues are still there. I think it's more about the mindset. They've now got a power hitting coach as well. They have got a luxurious overseas coaches present there. Like coaches will give their all best, but they won't play the game. That's the harsh reality. After all, it's the players only, but they are not able to connect it. They are just in two minds whether to attack or defend, and it's not doing any good. If they want to defeat Afghanistan, make sure they score 160 plus 130, 140. No, no, no. It's not that era now. What's your take?
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. I think if you look at this match, it's a big game for Bangladesh more than Afghanistan for obvious reasons. Because after today's result, that Sri Lanka beat Hong Kong, Sri Lanka have already gone to 4 points, and Afghanistan and Bangladesh are at the moment on 2 points. But Afghanistan have played only one game, whereas Bangladesh has played two games. So basically, if Bangladesh lose tomorrow, Group B is the group of that is settled. Bangladesh will be going home. Sri Lanka and Afghanistan will be going into the Super Fours, and the Sri Lanka Afghanistan game will basically be to see who tops that group. So, by tomorrow's game, if Bangladesh wins, it creates spice in that group so that we can go up to the Sri Lanka Afghanistan game not knowing who have qualified. Coming to the match, Bangladesh definitely has to bat better. I think they're over dependent on Litondas, as we all know, because the openers are not performing, and then lower middle order perform, but the whole team revolves around Litondas. So they need to show more intent, and they need to get to a good score. And a good score means 160, 170. We saw today in the Oman UAE game that UAE batted first. They got to 172, and that turned out to be enough. So you need to get 170. I'm not saying you have to get 200. In Abu Dhabi, you need to get to around 160, 170 to be competitive, even in a night game. So if 130, 140 won't win you games. That is for sure. Even against Afghanistan. But Afghanistan's problem also is there with their batting. I think the middle order is very brittle, in my view. And they need not Ramanullah Gurbaz, Ibrahim Zadran to fire because he's the anchor role, but he had failed in the last game. Atal is looking good, and Gurbaz is the one who is blown hot and cold. So these three fire, then their batting can work because their batting on paper after these three in the middle order looks really weak. And Mohammad Nabi can only finish games for all we know. And the middle order is a little bit of a problem for them. Bowling, they're covered. Fazal Faruqi will do his job. They don't need Nabinullah. And spinners, they're very well covered. I mean, they've got a plethora of options. So that's my take on it. I think it's a 50-50 game. But I think I'll give Afghanistan the slight edge because of the familiarity with the conditions that they're playing in Abu Dhabi. So I'll give them the edge, but Bangladesh can spring up a surprise. Don't count them out. Never.
Can say that Bangladesh, if they go with the free mind, open mind, oh come on, we will just play our cricket. It's better to that. Don't take pressure because you can't handle that pressure easily. So it's going to be quite a blockbuster game after yesterday's two double-header games. Like ACC should not plan such games back to back, which were overlapping, right? At the same time, two matches were being run. So it was great. So far, only one good game. Hong Kong versus Sri Lanka. Let's see if we can go some exciting games or not because now 8 games have been done and dusted. We are now at the mid stage of the entire Asia Cup 2025. So thank you everyone. Thank you Anup sir, Ayan Chatterjee and Ayush Shekhar. We will be back tomorrow with the post match and also Pakistan UAE game is also on the 17th. I guess it's yes. So we'll be also doing that video. So stay tuned with us. Good night everyone. It's past midnight. So take care everyone. Bye guys. Yeah.
Bye.